Hi, this is Marian Brizendine, and I'm here to show you some of the wonderful things that you can do with your new MagiCord machine. I'm going to walk you through how to use it, some of the projects that you can do with it, and some of the easy techniques that we use to make these great projects. I'm going to start by showing you some of the sweatshirts and things that we made. Right here is a great idea if you're a grandmother. Trace your children's handprints on a piece of paper and cut them out. Then trace the lines on your sweatshirt with a white chalk pencil. Use fabric glue, glue the little strips of cording down. Write "I love Grandma" down one sleeve and put some hearts down the other, and you've got a great idea. Over here, we've done a sweatshirt using 3D flowers. This is very easy to do. Just kind of glue it down in the middle. You can use a hot glue gun, although I prefer to use fabric glue. Hot glue guns do get a little messy and they don't come off very easily. If you get glue in a place that perhaps you don't want it, just take a wet wash rag and just wipe it right off. This sweatshirt here is one of my favorites. I did this myself. I just made a triangle on the shirt. I put cording right in the middle of that triangle. Then I trashed it up with a lot of rhinestones and glitter and some fabric paint. I made a star up here by using the cording, and I filled it in with a string of sequins and a rhinestone in the middle. Okay, over here we have a very, very easy pillow for you to make. Just draw yourself a nice little line to follow with a quilt marker that goes away. All the fabric stores have them, all the craft stores. Run a line of glue right along your line, lay your cording in, and you have a great way to accessorize your house. All right, down here we have crocheted. This is for you advanced crocheters. We've crocheted a little base and then just woven in the MagiCord in a variegated yarn, kind of give a little woven look. It's very, very easy. Anybody can do it. Just get cranking. And here's a great idea. I just love this one. We have taken one of these little crummy construction wear worker t-shirts, and we've cut it off. Cut the sleeves off, cut it down the front, just make it any shape you want. Don't even have to do any finish work. Then you get yourself and your children to cranking all these wonderful metallic colors. And here you go. You've got a great vest that you can wear over a jumpsuit or with a pair of black pants and a nice silk blouse. Just a great look for the holidays. Oh, here's one of my very favorites. This is a nice knitted long vest that you can wear over a pair of pants. And what we've done is to accent it, we've just taken a very plain vest. We've accented it by weaving some metallic cording through the edges of the band to accent the front band, and then also for you cross stitchers or needle pointers, just put in a little design of your choice. It could be suns and stars and moons. It could be Christmas decorations. Just all kinds of wonderful things. If you are a sewer, you may want to put in little sewing symbols, anything you want. It's just a great idea. And over here, we've done some things for Christmas. This is a little topiary that we've made. We put it in a clay pot, just a crummy clay pot from your local craft store. We've made red cording with metallic thread through it, glued it onto the pot, and then we've taken 3 poinsettias, just braided them and jammed them right into that foam, and then added a few picks and a bow, and you've got a nice little Christmas decoration. This here is a very easy project. If you have children you have to entertain for a few hours, take a styrofoam ball, take some beads, just have them glue it on in the pattern of their choice around the ball, and you've got ornaments to hang on the tree. And they can just do anything. Just use up all your odds and ends around the house and mix it with your cording. Right here I have an example of some of the great trashy yarns you can use. I just love these. This is a nice metallic thread. You can use a lot of different kinds of wonderful odds and ends that you get from your favorite yarn stores. A lot of times when the dye lot is down to 1 or 2 skeins in a store, they will sell $15 a skein yarn for $2 a ball, and you can just do wonderful things with it and not have to invest hundreds of dollars in a great holiday look. This particular yarn is a particular favorite of mine. It's called Eyelash or Birds, and it has all these long threads on it. And you would think, oh, they'll get jammed up in the machine. It goes through so nicely. And then you can take a plain sweater like the one that I have on, crank off a whole lot of this in your favorite color, and then just attach it to your sweater. In this case, I used a nice little running stitch in case I get tired of the design and want to change it to something else at a later date. Okay, right here, we're starting into a little, is this an easy starting project? This is a 4 or 5 strand braid, and this will give you a chance to really get those scouts a badge, because knotting is a very, very big part of a scouting badge, and this is a very easy thing for them to do. Have them do 5 different colors, and then just braid it up, and they can make this into a necklace or a belt, or they could trim a sweatshirt with it. Okay, I don't know how to do this. This is a braided placemat. Just kind of sew it together with a needle and thread. And right here we have a straw hat. It's very easy to decorate. It'd look good on a door or just out gardening. And right here we have necklaces that we've strung with beads. Very easy, and then just hang a jewelry finding on the end or knot it, and it'll look great around your neck. Make yourself some matching earrings. All right, down here, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use the MagiCord. You're just going to pick it up, and you're going to pull out a little yarn. Sorry. Pull out a little yarn. All right. Now, we have through the lower yarn guide, make sure that you clip the end of your yarn off so that it has a nice clean end to go through that little hole. You're going to drop it right down the center of the tube in the MagiCord machine. Now, one hint that I find that's very easy, if you have a yarn that maybe has a little static electricity to it, then thread the needle and drop the needle down that tube. All right, then you take the clip and you're going to clip it to the bottom, and it's going to, of course, fall right down to the table. So just sit it there, and now you're going to load the machine. Very slowly, after you've checked to make sure all your latches are open, you're going to catch the first needle, and then you're going to lift the yarn over off the second needle. You don't want to thread the second needle at this time. Okay, and it looks like I'm threading that second needle anyway, but wait a second. There we go. Now catch it in the third needle. You always want to turn the handle in the direction of the arrow on the side of the MagiCord machine. All right, you're going to skip the fourth needle, and then you're going to catch and start all over again. And at this time, the second round, you're going to catch all those needles that you didn't get before. You want to make sure that your yarn is below that latch so it'll knit off nicely. Do it slowly for the first few rounds. Give a little tug at the bottom here to make sure those stitches start. Make sure that the stitch goes below the latch. Okay, and then just very slowly start cranking. All right, just keep it untwisted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my second clip up here, and I'm going to crank some more, keeping my yarn off to the left. There you go. It'll just take a very few minutes, and we're going to get the cord start to appear at the bottom of the machine. I'm going to move my weight up. It's starting to be at the bottom near the table. And there we go. See how fast that was? So easy. Now, this, you'll notice that the clip is going around and around. It is kind of untwisting as you go. And just let it continue to untwist, moving your weights up as the cord appears so that you always have good tension on your yarn. Now, there are several different ways. Once your cord starts getting long and longer and longer and longer, sometimes I put it in a Ziploc bag and kind of clip it right up here underneath, and then it unspins, keeps untangled. Some people use a clip to do that. You'll find the best way for you. If you're standing up, you've got a little more space to let it untwist than if you're sitting down and doing this while you're watching television. But see, it's so easy and it is so fast. Now, supposing that I wanted to make colored shoelaces, and I'm really tired of this blue. All right, just cut it off. Now you're going to have to add a second color. You want to clip that real close there so those stitches don't fall off. And you're going to add your second color of yarn just by doing a little overhand stitch, not right here. And then you just keep cranking. You can trim that now or trim it later, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pick it up and continue to crank. The knot does not get caught in the needles, as you can see. And now I'm making yellow cord. It'll be a two-color shoelace. All right. So say I'm done, I'm ready to go. How do I finish this off so it does not unravel? Well, you're just going to cut your cord. You're going to move the clip up. Oh, no, I think what I'll do is just crank this off. Not try and unhook it. You can see it falls right through. Is that great? Now, take your special yarn tool. So like a tapestry needle, it has a little pusher built into the end. And then you're going to thread your needle. I fold it in half around the needle and then just push it right on through. Now, you'll notice that you have 4 open stitches up here. What you're going to do is just go back and thread that yarn right through those open stitches. And that will keep that from running. Keep it from coming undone. And that's a good thing to do because every once in a while you'll get caught on it and all of a sudden you will have unraveled it all and you're going to have to start it all over again. Then just run it back through your cording and hide the end, clip it off, and you can go ahead. What I find is the easiest thing for me to do is just to crank off a lot of yarn one night when I'm watching television and then go back and make my projects the next day. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to show you lots of new ideas for wearables that I have not listed here, and we're going to do that now.
Use a single cord and decorate a sweatshirt. Simply draw your design using a pencil, then either sew or glue the cord in place. Here we're using glue. Decorating garments like this is so quick and easy and lots of fun. making jewellery. To make a simple necklace, knit a length of cord about 2 yards long. Tie the two ends together, but do not cut off the yarn. Hang the tied end over a hook and using a pencil at the other end, twist the cord clockwise until it is tight. Remove from the hook and bring the two ends together so that the cord twists itself. Wrap the loose yarn ends around the cord and attach a button. Use one which has a shank. Tie a length of thread around the other end to form a loop large enough for inserting the button.
Remember, there are a lot of great holidays out there, fall, Halloween, and Christmas, and we're going to show you some of those ideas now. All right, we have some great ideas for children, anywhere from baby showers to grandmother shirts to little kids decorating their shirts for birthday parties. Use it for your children's rooms to decorate pillows and mobiles and blankets. There's just a lot of great things you can do with this. Weren't those beautiful? Now occasionally, just occasionally, you will encounter a problem. Generally it's technician failure. If you have a jam, there are a couple of things that could be wrong. Always make sure you have enough yarn pulled out of your skein when you start. This makes a lot of difference. If you notice the machine start clicking, it's because it can't get the yarn out of the skein. Also, don't try and use a yarn that is too thick. Worsted weight or the traditional 4-ply is too thick for the needles to knit through. There are a lot of yarns out there that are really thinner when you pull them, that fatten up the minute they go through the machine. Look for those yarns. Try your yarns before you do this. Also, another thing that I've been guilty of myself, first of all, make sure your weight is up off the table, because if you don't have enough tension on your machine, it's not going to knit through. So if your weights are sitting down on the table, you're probably going to get a jam or you're going to drop stitches. So always make sure that everything is weighted really well and off the table. Now, drop stitches. Once you are cranking in the direction of the arrow, don't change your mind and go backwards. It's going to just drop those stitches right off. You don't want that to happen. And again, make sure that you have enough tension on your machine. Now, those are the only 2 or 3 things that I ever encounter. So just have a really great time, and don't forget that if you run out of yarn, you can always get more jewelry yarn, MagiCord Colors yarn. Just see the information that comes with your MagiCord machine and have a great time.